gambling is completely out of control in America.
Yeah.
I actually think, I don't know if I ever supported legalized gambling, but I do not support it anymore. I think America's completely addicted to it.
Really?
And it's fucking horrible. Like I can imagine a lot of people right now spend so much time and are losing so much money gambling between the DraftKings and the FanDuels.
And right now it's like prime time. I mean, you could get your ass handed to you in a day.
And I think like it's so easy. I forgot what state I was in recently, and I got like a notification from like one of the apps that I use, maybe ESPN.
Right.
Oh, you're in Illinois and you could bet now or whatever.
That's the problem. Like you shouldn't be able to like.
Oh, I've never really gambled on my app before.
Right.
So I go in, it's like, yeah, you can just fucking click Apple Pay and boom.
So easy.
You're gambling.
Yeah, they got to make it harder.
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, group chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
Guys, group chat as you know it has come to an end.
Bye.
This is our last podcast
Yeah, it might be.
in this studio. We're getting a new studio.
We're moving.
We're upgrading.
We're upgrading.
Many more square feet outside of the door.
I saw the studio. It looks nice.
I didn't see it. Oh yeah, I did.
saw it on pictures.
It's just
I
a
haven't
room,
actually
right?
physically saw
Yeah,
it.
It's that one room.
It's like
I think Josh was involved with it.
Yeah, I
he's
saw it.
nowhere.
Saw it in person.
I just saw it Friday.
You did?
I didn't see it.
Okay, so D got a new office and we're moving.
We're moving.
New building.
New building. It's about 100 yards.
Right.
I think it's 100
you
yards.
can pretty much see
That's
it
right.
from here. End of the block. One side of the block to the other side
It
of
was
the
really
block.
interesting looking, earlier this year.
They went to a nicer building. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Is that the thing?
Yeah.
Bigger.
I mean, yeah.
Bigger and nicer.
Yeah. It was like, it was a combination of a lot of things, but, looking for office space earlier this year, spent like 2 months on it and went to so many offices all over the city.
Right.
All of these different locations. And, it's an incredible time if you're interested in office space to get office space because obviously they're hungry for tenants.
Yep.
And I saw some really cool spaces that I was like some, if we were a little smaller would be perfect.
Right.
Some where if we were like huge, like the dream office space.
Mhm.
And if you want office space right now, it's such a great time.
Yeah, it is.
There's so much cool space, especially in like, I would never have my office in Beverly Hills. It's not my vibe, but like
Right.
if you go east,
Right.
which is like, I looked all the way east, like up to basically Crenshaw from where we are right here, which is, let's just, for broadly speaking, La Cienega.
Right.
It's just like such cool spaces. And then when you hear the story about the space and what company was here, it's mainly like all entertainment companies.
Yeah.
These like iconic spaces.
Yeah.
And they're just like dirt fucking cheap
Yeah.
for the first time ever.
Yeah.
They'll pay for this, they'll pay for that, they'll give you free rent. And I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
like we can actually afford to have a nice office.
Yeah.
Because historically, like any nice location was just too expensive.
Does that mountain climbing gym still exist?
Mountain climbing gym?
There's a rock wall. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
In his thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was.
Yeah, I saw it.
Is that in the gym?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be honest. I haven't really seen our office.
Right. Well, it's
I'd
nice.
love to use
Let me
it.
tell you, I saw
I'd
it
love to use it.
I saw
I'd
it on
love-
Friday. It is nice. There's nice gym, full rock climbing wall, big showers.
Wow.
Sorry, rock climbing. Well,
Yeah.
You're right.
I haven't, I'll be honest, like I went, saw the space. I really cared about the feng shui.
Right.
That was my main thing. Like you got to have good energy. I felt good energy there.
A lot of feng shui.
Good
You're
views.
high up,
Good views.
Yeah, great view.
very
the same
high,
view. Same view we have now.
but better angle.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, are you higher? You're on the 22nd floor or something?
No.
Oh, that was where
We are.
But you're high.
I think we're the same floor.
That was good views.
Exact same floor.
Maybe just more windows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we're
it's the start of a new chapter for D and Ghost, but I would say most importantly, group chat.
Yeah.
New office, or new studio,
office.
new
us. Gym.
And a gym.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll be fresh off a little rock climbing competition when we record our next pod.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Also, happy Halloween to everyone. What Halloween is
Thursday.
Oh, so we'll be back. We'll be on Wednesday.
Yeah.
But I feel like the party's already started.
Yeah. The party started probably midweek.
I just see on Instagram that everyone's dressing up.
Yeah, last night was like the big kickoff, I feel like.
I think like there's so like holidays now are so big. It's like a big business. Every holiday.
Right.
Not just Halloween, not just Christmas, Thanksgiving. Everything is big.
Yeah.
Like my in-laws gave the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, they gave them Halloween cards.
Yeah.
And they play music and they're just like, I was looking at this card. It must have cost $15.
Right.
The card.
Right. Yeah, they are pretty extravagant.
Easily $15. And then this weekend they came over, brought pumpkins, carved pumpkins. So like, think about this, grandparents
right
probably spent $200
right
on Halloween.
They're the ones with all the money.
Yeah.
They're just shelling out for pumpkins.
I mean, Halloween must be like a $50 billion business.
Easily.
Right.
If you knew how much we spent on our decorations.
I know. Think about all the candy.
And then
every neighborhood.
And then we had Josh do a full production.
Right. Think about, every neighborhood in the country is loading up on candy.
So I talked to, I was at a friend's house for a school event last night, and they live in Hancock Park in LA, which is like, I would say probably the best, if you live in this city, the best area to trick or treat. And they said they think they'll go through, and they showed me a video of last year, $2,000 of candy, 1,500 to $2,000 of candy.
One house?
Because and they said there's a family in the neighborhood that only gives king size. So
are they actually handing out the candy, or is it like a bucket?
No, they're handing. You can't give a bucket. This house, they showed me the video. I'm not even joking. 100 people at line the entire night.
The king size house?
No, this is not even the king size house.
Why was this house so special?
It's just in this neighborhood.
Right.
It's super safe. Every house has insane decorations. Like we went last night. I'm talking about, it looked like you were at fucking Universal Studios.
Yeah. You just went
Every
to look?
house.
You just went to show the kids?
No, we went for a school event. And literally it looks like and every house looks like Universal Studios. So basically, if you're, you want to go and hang out, you want to show your kids like an insane time, you go trick-or-treating there. I mean, and then they showed me, I was like, what was last year? Because we were at their house last year right before Christmas. And I was like, what was it like? And they showed me the video. I'm talking, it was like down the street of kids to see the house and grab candy.
I mean, people must come from other neighborhoods, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Right.
I mean, I remember doing that as a kid. Like, we didn't not necessarily trick or treat in our neighborhood. Like, we'll go to 2 miles down or 5 miles down and go to other neighborhoods. And
think about all that money. I mean, that's one neighborhood. Now, I know that's a really nice neighborhood.
No, but I'm saying that's my point. People are spending so much money on Halloween. The costumes, the candy, the parties. My neighborhood does a block party, and they did it today.
Really?
Yeah, and they had band, and, fucking, jumpy house, and like farm animals, and like, it was fucking nuts.
Like a petting zoo?
Petting zoo, sorry.
What the fuck?
I really do believe there's unlimited money at the high end.
Yeah.
The high end, yeah.
At the high end. I'm not talking about, run of the mill.
Right.
But,
so that's only going to increase with Trump.
And I think, I had a meeting with someone the other day, had no idea who he was, then found out how much he's worth.
Right.
And I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I've never heard of you and you're worth this much money.
And I will say, even where I grew up, like there's like the Hancock Park of, that area, Strongsville or something. I don't forget what it was, but outside of Cleveland, there's like really nice areas where they're giving out king size things too. And it's like, I feel like every neighborhood
I'm not even talking about.
They have the king size neighborhood.
I'm not talking about candy. I'm just saying that there's so much money in the.
Yeah, but we're talking about more in the context of Halloween.
I know. I hear you. Yeah, that's why I'm just saying. I think you're right, and I think that if you take that into consideration, and like I said, a lot of the stuff we do is bubble talk, but this isn't bubble talk in the sense that I feel like in every city there are
king size,
the Beverly Hills, the king size neighborhoods, even if there's the smaller ones.
Yeah.
It's just so much fucking money.
There's so much money.
Yeah.
It's
Big
ridiculous.
Candy.
Google says Halloween is worth 11.6 billion each year, and 3.6 of that is just candy.
11.6 is under.
It's low.
It's too low.
Because also they're not considering like
decorations.
Well, even also like
keys.
Increase in alcohol sales.
Yeah, they're not talking about keys on a Saturday night and during Halloween.
Right.
Yeah, like every club has a Halloween party.
I went to my neighborhood liquor store to get ice today.
Yeah.
And they only had 2 bags of ice, so I grabbed it.
Yeah.
And then 4 hours later, I was walking by and I was like, oh, I wanted some chips for the house or whatever. So I bought some chips. And he's like, oh, we got the ice, by the way. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So I went and got, all right, I'll get another bag of ice.
Right.
And he's like, the ice delivery guy told me he had 40 deliveries today.
Right.
And he never delivers. He's like, he's never, he's like it's like the North Hollywood Ice Co. or whatever. He's never had that many deliveries ever.
That's what I'm saying. That number is not included in the 11 billion.
No, that's my point.
Yeah.
There's just so much money spent, either people hosting things.
Well, I'd assume Hwood probably has 7 nights of Halloween parties. They started on Friday.
Yeah. They have like events and
you said Halloween's Thursday?
Thursday.
Yeah,
6
7
nights.
nights. 6 nights.
For sure.
And once again, every city's nightlife is probably doing their version.
It's booming.
Right.
I mean, I remember like growing up, and Halloween's like the best night to go out.
And you think about
Right. It is.
I mean,
you're out.
I was out. It was great.
Yeah.
There's something about costumes that everyone just has a little more fun.
Yeah. I mean, you get to cosplay as whatever you want to be. And
yeah. Great. Social guy. I'm a big social guy now,
Yeah.
If anyone needs to know what's going on out in the scene.
you can just show up as a boxer.
That's me. I know. I thought about it because I didn't have a costume.
You just wear a robe, it would have been fine.
I know.
Wait, who won the fight yesterday?
The main fight, Ilya Topuria won. The one under that, Hamzat won.
Wait, is Topuria not liked? Is that what I understand?
Is he what? Not liked?
Yeah.
He's kind of not liked.
Yeah.
He's a little arrogant seeming. I think he's fine, but he says but he also was fighting a guy who's like loved.
Okay. But he won.
Yeah.
Knocked him out?
Knocked him out. The other guy, Hamzat, fought a guy named Robert Whitaker. He choked him out. And Robert Whitaker tapped like right away. And it was weird, right? Because it takes a second to know that you don't. And they showed a picture. All of his bottom teeth like were pushed in.
Oh my God.
Like he probably broke his jaw, like whatever this is right under your teeth, pushed into his mouth.
Gross.
Insane.
You know who else isn't liked was Trump and MSG.
I know. Well, let's talk about it. I didn't really see anything.
I knew. I actually warned my mom and Amanda, who are at my house right now, about the pod because of this.
I mean, you don't have to warn me. Don't turn on the television because the whole world is talking about it.
I just said
it's the biggest thing ever.
Trigger warning. Yeah. What? Okay. So what happened? Like, what is he booming?
So Trump, think about it like this. This could come off as pure arrogance, or that he's so confident that the second to last weekend before the election,
right,
he chose to campaign in fucking New York City,
right, in a place where technically he shouldn't be campaigning at all.
No, I think he actually has a shot.
I know that, but that just tells you that the fact that in their mind, if New York's even in play, that means the election's completely over. And MSG.
It's also, just from clips, you're going to get so much from MSG.
Yeah.
So I know New York's in play.
That's crazy.
So I think the interesting thing about it was like legacy media and a lot of like Democratic politicians were talking about like comparing it to when Hitler was at MSG.
Right.
Adolf Hitler, who gassed
really know
20 million people.
He did a performance at Madison Square Garden. Wow.
And that's what they're comparing this to. Whereas in this rendition of MSG, it was Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy.
Oh, they all came out.
Your boy Kill Tony.
Tony Hinchcliffe?
Tony Hinchcliffe opened for him.
Not only he's probably the reason if he loses New York, it's because of him.
Right.
Because he said some crazy shit.
He's so crazy.
But it's Tucker Carlson. So
it was a whole thing.
It was like all-star MAGA.
Right.
Right. All-star weekend for MAGA.
It was the Eras Tour.
Yeah.
Donald Trump.
Oh yeah. Eras Tour. I mean, like, you should see the pics from above, people who live in Midtown.
Yeah.
Showing how many people with red hats walking towards MSG.
Was it
and they're interviewing people on the street, and it's like there's like this fobby Chinese lady that went viral. It's it's not. I mean, Nazi Germany was a very specific looking group of people.
Right.
This is not Nazi America. And what's funny is that that's how the legacy media portrayed it.
Right.
And I think and I said this in the last part, that's not the strategy. And if I'm running the show, I would actually stop attacking this idea that it's like emperor, Nazi, that's not going to work. There's too many people of color, too many women that have decided to vote for him.
Yeah.
And are very public about it. So that strategy is not going to work.
Well, also the guy was in office already.
Yes.
And no one got sent to any camps.
Yeah.
And even though I know January 6th, but he left at the end of the day. Yeah. He left. He showed up to the event.
Yeah.
Turned over. Peaceful, whatever. So it just doesn't work.
It doesn't track. And I think that's like, if I'm Democratic strategist, I would stop leaning into that.
Right.
Because it's not effective. It has no impact on how people are voting. And even on Saturday, I don't know if you guys saw, he was in Michigan, the imam of some, mosque in Michigan endorsed Trump in front of everyone.
Wow.
Got up on stage, all these Muslim men got up on stage and endorsed him. So I think people have to get over, they overplayed their hand.
I know.
I think they thought that everyone feels like.
No, but I think it's already been cool to like Trump for almost the last 6 months.
But you're talking about cool. I'm talking people actually agree with his policies. They 100% agree with what he is saying.
It's been acceptable to like him.
Yeah.
It's been acceptable to like some of the policies, but not the rhetoric.
I think they like all of the policies.
Well,
none of the rhetoric.
I'm going to be honest with you, though. I don't feel like the rhetoric now is actually that crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like post-assassination attempt, I don't know if maybe he was already toning it down and I don't know, but he was on Rogan for 3 hours.
Did you listen?
Yeah.
I listened to half of it and I had to turn it off.
I heard it was amazing.
It's amazing for you two.
You two are going to have totally different takes.
Yeah. For you two, it's amazing.
Right. I would say it is.
I mean, it's the most softball interview that I've seen Trump have.
Your boy doesn't know how to interview, just so you know. He does not know how to interview. He does not push anyone back.
He didn't push anything back. And Trump said all these facts about forests and this and that. And I was just like, Trump, you're not going to get Jamie, just get on Google?
I told you. You didn't listen to me. You don't know how the world works.
I agree with you.
They don't fucking listen.
Now I give you credit for that.
Yeah.
D, you get credit.
Thank you. Give me credit.
But
I want it in the credit in the pod.
Normally, you can make that the title. D gets credit.
Right.
But Jamie, normally, when there's someone on the pod,
it's the president.
He's Googling shit and he's like, you're wrong. And he's saying shit about the forests and Newsom. He said Newsom told him that he's the greatest president of all time. Do you really believe that?
I don't know.
No one checked him.
I don't know what the fuck he said behind closed doors. I doubt it.
Do you really believe Newsom said that?
No, I don't. That's my honest answer.
And he told me, and he keeps going like this. This is Trump.
Right. Here, can
For
I give
people
my take?
watching on YouTube.
Yeah, my take is that what I think is a perfect phone call, a perfectly normal take is I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was horrendous, but I also don't think it was like Joe Rogan, like wow, like iconic. I felt like Trump just rambled in the beginning. Finally, Joe was able to kind of.
I heard the first hour was horrible.
It's horrible. I think Joe kind of wore him out. It's 3 hours, and he like calmed down a little. But it was cool. Like I do feel like you kind of saw Trump in like a little bit of a different light, but it wasn't.
It was a bullshit
That's
interview.
my take. My take is like fine. It was fine.
Yeah,
Fine.
he may gain votes. I don't know.
I don't think those things gain votes. So on at Run Club on Saturday, I was talking to someone that listened to it, and I was like, if you were completely in the middle, would you think that it swayed you? And he's like, I always thought he was an idiot, and I kind of found him more charming and endearing.
He seemed more human. You seem more human.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's like, I never like, would have, I just thought he was a complete idiot.
Right.
But he didn't strike me as a complete idiot.
I mean,
you know where I think he won?
So I'll be very candid. I don't think Trump's an idiot. I think he's a racist, a bigot, and selfish. That's it.
Are those bad?
I just want to say that I think my honest opinion.
Who's not racist, bigot, and selfish? That's the average American.
Sounds like you would be one of your best friends.
That's like everyone I know.
Right. No,
but you can't get to where he was if you weren't an idiot.
I actually thought he was an idiot. Genuinely thought he was dumb as dirt. And he was like
no, you can't handle all those fundraisers, everything.
No, but you could just be charming. That's different.
Yeah.
Charming and dumb is possible. There's a lot of people who are charming and dumb.
I think where he wins is when Kamala is having trouble getting a good media appearance and Trump is able to sit for 3 hours. I just think that basic thing might have won for him. Because people are like, wow, I could sit and I could, he's a little crazy, he's a little rambly. But like, I feel like Kamala is having trouble getting one good one under her belt.
Yeah.
But Rogan did say he would like love to have her on. And he said he wouldn't go in on her. He wouldn't even go in on policies. He just wants to know how she is as a person.
I could have told you my 3 episodes of Alyssa Rogan. The guy is not going to push you.
Right.
He's not. He just wants to chat.
He pushes the non-famous people.
Yeah,
because they're useless.
I think he was intimidated.
You want to push some UFC guy. The guy's brain dead and he's fucking pushing him. That's fine.
Yeah, I think he was intimidated.
I mean,
he even wore a black button-up shirt. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
He never wears that.
Because it's the president. It doesn't matter it's still the president. Former president, current president.
Right.
There's a level of like respect that like people have. It's why like you can't push these people.
I mean, Rogan even said in the beginning of the episode, he was like, you got shot in the ear. So I said, let's get you on.
Right. He said that was the moment that he decided he would have him on.
Yeah.
Okay. It was fine. Look, I'm glad it happened. It was still a big moment. I don't think it was mind blowing. I think it's worth a listen for everyone.
And I actually don't think it swayed anyone.
No, I think that's my only take is I think it swayed the people that are like, okay, all of her stuff feels so scripted and look, it is bad. This is what I would say. I would say if you add up all of the press, which is that like, there was a moment that went kind of viral of Anderson Cooper pushing her on the border wall on CNN, which is not where she should be having bad clips.
Yeah.
And then you just see that, good old Rogan and Trump talk for 3 hours. It's just a perception.
Yeah.
You see Trump on Theo Vaughn and Andrew Schultz, and I think it just all adds up.
Yeah.
He's accessible. He's out. He's talking where she's.
Should I listen to it or no?
Yeah, you should. Just for the sake of like the current events of what the fuck. This is still the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's running in 10 days.
Right. But I'm saying like If you get a chance to hear him fucking ramble for 3 hours, you should take it.
Yeah. I think it'll be interesting to see. And I am also like equally really surprised that they went to Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
And maybe it was more of just like to Anand's point, like the clips were going to go viral because it's New York City.
Yeah.
Because if it was in Michigan, no one gives a fuck.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's kind of showing off. Yeah.
I think people were more likely.
And you have Kill Tony on there.
Yeah. Right. He's just like obliterating Puerto Ricans. Like just insane. I mean.
Oh, he came out and did like a set?
He did a set.
Oh,
you didn't hear it?
No, I didn't know. I just saw like a clip.
So correct me if I'm wrong, D. What he said was.
There's an island of garbage that we already are dealing with, and it's called Puerto Rico.
Yes. And like, then everyone was booing, and then he's like, I'm a comedian. Who cares?
Yeah, like even the audience there was like, whoa, this is fucking crazy.
That's actually a good look for Trump.
The MAGA was, that's my point. Is like, I think MAGA even was like, whoa.
Yeah,
when are we going, Drama?
Dawson?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just pick a Monday.
Yeah.
Right? You said it's every Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, he does it in...
Kill Tony at the Mothership.
Yep.
Rogan's clip.
Fuck, I was there on a Monday.
It's so good. The good thing is it's better in the winter anyway because it's so fucking hot there.
Yeah.
So we're entering the good months.
I've been waiting for you to pick a date.
Okay. If it's on me, I will pick a date.
I mean, after tonight, he may not be able to do it.
You might have Secret Service. And then what happened with the Washington Post? They've endorsed a candidate for...
No. Both Washington Post
and LA Times have endorsed candidates for over 20 years. They both said we're not endorsing anyone.
Oh, they both did?
They both backed out of an endorsement of a presidential candidate.
Right.
And...
So it's not just a Bezos. Bezos was catching a lot of heat.
Bezos obviously owns the Washington Post.
Right.
And Patrick Soon, what's his last name?
Yeah, he's the richest guy, one of the richest guys in LA.
He owns LA Times and
owns like 10% of the Lakers or something.
Yeah, and so they killed the endorsement. And what's interesting, his daughter, who works at the LA Times, is super woke, very like left agenda, like insanely woke.
Right.
And I think
Did either of them make a statement of why they weren't doing it?
No, I mean, Bezos, by the way, both the editors of both those newspapers resigned. And here's my honest opinion. I don't think anyone gives a shit what the Washington Post thinks or gives a shit what LA Times thinks.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And I think the fact that both of them did not endorse a candidate also makes me think that like the fear that's happening is billionaires are going to control media, especially with Elon, right?
Yeah.
Because X is not the biggest thing in the world, but it gets a decent amount of impressions on a daily basis. And legacy media has historically been very liberal.
Yeah.
And so if you're a liberal, call it media elite, you're probably like, we're losing a grip on our power. And I think what happened at the Washington Post and LA Times is kind of the sign of the times of that the powers that be feel like historically this would never happen, right? Like someone stepping in. So the fact that they felt they were obligated, because let's just be clear, neither the LA Times owner or the Washington Post owner are impacted by who's fucking president.
But isn't it dangerous that they won't endorse? Meaning that they feel like they will be persecuted if they do endorse the wrong candidate.
No, I think both of those candidates wanted to endorse Trump. And they have liberal editors and they felt like, no, why?
I feel like we're entering, Naval, Drama's boy.
What's about my boy?
Naval tweeted, he goes, we need a two-state solution for the United States of America.
Right. Well,
which is what you talk about Israel and Palestine.
That's a crazy take. But
is it that crazy given where we are?
You said, isn't that crazy or is it that crazy?
Either you live in MAGA states or woke states.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's absurd.
Is it absurd?
It's because it's not actually that divided.
Yeah.
I don't think an average person, when you go out to...
Well, yeah. And I'll tell you why my take on why it's absurd is because I honestly believe, and I would love for someone to convince me otherwise, that the left media is responsible for 90% of the division.
You got to rewind to 2014, 15. Mm-hmm. The right media responsible for the division.
Because the way they treated Obama?
Yes. They didn't like a black guy being president.
Okay, how about this? And I agree with you. So we can settle on this. The media is responsible for the division.
Right.
And I think that currently, because I agree with you on the Obama thing, you're right. But I think that currently continuing to lean into Hitler, like Kamala Harris coming out and doing
I agree. The Hitler stuff's stupid.
Right. So that to me is worse and just as bad, or let's say just as bad because we don't want to argue.
No, you know how bad. No, it's way worse.
I agree, but let's just for the sake of not arguing.
Just so people understand, Adolf Hitler killed 20 million people.
Right. But I'm just saying that
that's a crazy comparison.
Yep. There are people that think that the Obama birther thing was like a racist motive.
We have friends that believe he's born in Kenya.
Okay, but that's way different accusation than comparing someone to Adolf Hitler.
I don't even think we should say like what's worse because it's just going to be a matter of opinion. All that I'm saying is the media did this. But currently, once again, I do blame the left and Kamala because Kamala came out and did a press conference that looked like she was like walking out of the White House and doing like a press conference on like Hitler has invaded the country. Yeah. And I just like that's why people are so divided. Like even when Obama he's doing these like rounds of speeches and stuff and he's saying like, I don't know how we got so divided. And then like Kamala the next day is like, Hitler is here. And it's like, dude, you know, I'm not saying the right has done shitty stuff too, but like, I don't know, man. It's the media has just fucked us.
Yeah, I think the media, both sides, has definitely divided the country. There's like no question about it.
Social media is way more impactful than any legacy media.
I don't know about social media. I think it's actually
the sheer number of
traditional media. I mean, actually matters.
No, I actually don't think so. I think Facebook. Take Facebook.
Facebook for sure.
Facebook,
because the average age is like 40
people.
Well, no.
Go on Facebook.
Just to age group.
I think legacy media matters for the people who vote. I think it's probably a big portion of.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck is Warren Buffett's, making a huge investment in Sirius XM? Like, he sees something, like we can make fun of it and we can talk about how he was late to tech and all that stuff, but like the guy's not dumb. So I believe that with the people who are actually going out and voting, that stuff shockingly probably matters.
And I mean, I still get a newspaper dropped in front of my house and I don't pay for it.
Right.
From the city.
Fucking wild. I can't believe we're like so close.
It's a hot week.
It's a hot week. What day is
November 5th, Tuesday of next week.
Holy shit.
Did you guys mail in your ballots? Or are you guys going in person?
I'm going to show my goddamn ID and vote.
Like a real patriot?
I already have my mail-in ballot.
Yeah.
You and all 10 million of your new friends.
I'll let the Dems just mail in mine for me,
Yeah, me and the migrants are going to get
right.
Kamala Harris.
Oh my God. Can you imagine the amount of lawyers on both sides that are overworking the next 10 days?
I was talking to a friend. Yeah. They don't think it's going to take 5 to 7 days for the election to be settled.
I think if it's settled the day of, it is a complete landslide. That's the only way.
I also think there's going to be like wild like videos and like people at voting sites and like there's going to be
shouting, screaming, fighting.
Stop the steal.
Are you actually going to show up
to vote?
Yeah,
of course.
You're going to wait in line for 3 hours.
It's not 3 hours. I did it last 4 years ago. I did it here down the street. It took me 3 minutes.
Yeah, I went to the Palladium last time. It was completely empty.
Yeah, nobody votes.
No.
Yeah.
Just the migrants.
They're the only people voting with no ID and fucking mail-in ballots.
Right. Springfield, Ohio is going to be
I'm a mail-in ballot.
No, I want to go in person. There's something about going in person and voting I've always enjoyed.
I logged in my vote for Nathan Hochman, who was on the pod.
Yeah. I want to just vote for him and then be done. I don't know about the rest.
I mean, I'm against everything, so
right.
I can vote for Hochman.
Okay. You want to go to some news?
Yeah.
All right. What's up with this? So Michael Kors and Coach, was it Coach that was going to acquire Michael Kors?
Yeah, Tapestry is the holding company that owns Coach.
Right.
They made a bid for Michael Kors. Blocked because of anti-competitive nature, saying that it was going to hurt the consumer. What the fuck is...
Like, why is this on the radar?
Coach and Michael Kors is hurting the consumer?
Right. I mean, yeah. Like, what about Pepsi?
By the way, like, in luxury, all of these brands...
Yeah. They're all conglomerates.
Group, LVMH, Richemont, all of these groups own multiple brands.
Like, what put this one over the edge?
Because they're American. If you're in America, you can't...
Be exceptional.
You can't buy... Yeah,
I mean, Amazon couldn't buy Roomba. The fucking little...
Yeah. It just feels like there's no method to it. Like, is it all just run by, like, who has better lobbyists? Like, because it's not 1 + 1 = 2.
Well, I think any American company buying an American company right this second is impossible.
I know, but Coach and Michael Kors, it's not Facebook.
And this isn't like super luxury, right? This is like mid luxury.
Yeah, it's accessible luxury. It doesn't make any sense. It's literally stupid. I cannot, like, I think under a Trump administration, the tech industry M&A activity is going to explode.
Right.
Because you just got to capitalism figures itself out.
Well, no, but he doesn't control the FTC.
Yeah, but all these people are going to, they all said they're going to leave the country when Trump wins. Right. All these people.
Yeah,
if they leave the country, then we can have M&A. We all want M&A. M&A is good for fucking everybody.
I agree. I think M&A is great. And I think this is really a stupid decision. And I don't get why we're so anti-competitive, especially when we're like...
Because it comes down to this belief that billionaires and the rich keep getting richer. But once you start becoming kingmaker, that's socialism. That's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
The market always figures itself out. And that's the difference in the way that you have to evolve your thinking. If you're one of these people that are like anti-billionaire, Elon Musk at one point was not Elon Musk.
Right.
He was just a dumb shithead kid.
Right.
That figured it out.
Right.
And so, like, you want to hate on Elon Musk, you want to hate on, Zuckerberg, you want to hate on Bill Gates, or you want to hate on whomever.
Yeah.
But at one point, they were not who they are. They made it.
Right.
Like, we got to, like, reward people that are doing innovative things.
My view on all this is you should let capitalism work, and you should let, these companies generate wealth. But you also have to take care of the people that are underprivileged. Right. That's all I care about.
Right.
Yeah, the government hands out money. They just hand out money to the wrong part of the thing.
But no, but it's really simple, right?
But the government already hands out enough money. They already handed out. We got to repatriate the money to another group of people. We're handing out so much fucking money as a country. So much money.
We are, but we aren't handing it out properly.
You can't hand out money. That's what you're going to later find out, is you can't hand out money.
No, but we should be able to cover people's healthcare bills.
Fine. Free healthcare is fine, but like you cannot give people cash.
No.
They're not capable.
You can't give people cash. No, I agree. You
just should be like cleaning up cities and like opportunities for kids,
make the schools better.
Right.
Healthcare,
education.
I think everyone is aligned with that, but the problem is that it gets.
But I think it's pretty simple, and everyone makes it so complicated. Yeah, because given how much money that's rolled out,
there's a lot of people incentivized by letting the fuckery continue.
Right. The point is, there's no one financially benefits from building new schools in inner cities. Like, yeah, the contractors who built the schools, not big enough, but like when you give the money to Ukraine, that goes to American defense contractors. When you give the money, everything is motivated by is there a business opportunity. And unfortunately, there is no, stock market symbol for inner city after school activities. I hate to be so bleak about it, but I really think that's what it is. Yeah. And so there's no one like speaking up, lobbying, saying this is really what we need, and we need it before Ukraine, and we need it before all these things. It's just the way the system works. I think it's fucked. But
because I know a lot of people that I know very well that invest in affordable housing, and you get all these tax credits, and it's a great investment.
Right.
Good for you. You get affordable housing.
Right.
Why aren't we doing it the step below, which is what you're saying?
Right.
The schools.
Right.
The after school activities.
Because it's not investable.
You got to
I
make
think that's
you
the
gotta
harsh
privatize
truth.
it.
Is like
You
if you
should
made
give
like really
public
nice
schools. There should be no such thing as public schools. The people that run schools, not the teachers, the actual administrators in the central office of a city should not be, they're not fit to run the fucking school system. And if you got real professionals to run that, and
But
it's
you have to
privatize
incentivize them.
Privatize it.
Right?
Privatize it.
Yeah, there
Go
has to be an
to
incentive.
people and say, you want to own your own school? This is what you got to do. Everyone has to fucking read.
I honestly
Everyone has
think
to do math. Everyone has to do exercise.
I honestly think the way that affordable housing is, because I know so many people in this industry
Yeah.
that are doing really well.
Yeah.
Why don't we do this affordable schools?
Because so I would just think about it this way. What is the investable asset?
I mean,
Real estate. You get to own the land.
Right. But people aren't paying, like in affordable housing, you're building a building, people are paying rent, it returns revenue instantly. A school, I mean, sure, I'm sure that there's a way to do it, but it's one school in a huge neighborhood is not a good investment.
it's probably a moonshot idea, but I think that's where
I think that's the honest question is like, if you want to, and I'm only saying it this way because.
And I have no shame on affordable housing investors.
No, I'm
for
just
them.
saying that I think if you were like a truly like altruistic capitalist genius, you would figure out a way to make investing in our own low income areas a more positive investment. Because if you do, money will fly in, people will lobby for it, it will happen. But if you just do it, unfortunately, this is the hard truth that I'm not saying I believe, but I'm saying this is how it works, is doing it because it's good
Doesn't work.
No, I agree. It's not the good.
Right.
You have to make it.
That's what I mean. I've always
Incentivized.
said if you incentivized politicians on performance, like everything else in society, and you said, if crime is this in your city, you get $10 million.
Yeah.
I mean,
You go to
that's
Karen Bass and say, look, fuck all this shit.
Yeah.
If crime goes down, kids graduate from high school, average income goes up, boom, 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 you could be a billionaire.
Right.
yeah, that's
I would no problem if Karen Bass made $1 billion fucking dollars in her term as mayor.
Right.
If my city got better,
Right.
I have no problem. I hope she's a billionaire.
Because just like a CEO, it's way more. I mean, a billion's crazy, but it's way more than, let's say, $20 million. It is way more of an economic positive impact than $20 million.
Oh, it's billions.
Exactly. So like but it's just not how we think. We think about it so, I mean, think about it. When what's his name? Nathan Hochman was on the pod. He sort of explained that Gascon wasn't even winning. It was the George Floyd moment and these moments where everyone just said, all right, fuck it, he's the guy. And all the powers that be and the investors and the whatever, like that's how much on a whim.
Yeah.
It wasn't based on data.
No.
It wasn't based on like, oh, here's what we need to do and here's how we're going to track if he's succeeding and here's how.
No.
It was just like, yeah, fuck it, that sounds good.
It was a vibe.
It was a vibe.
Yeah.
And his new vibe is he's trying to let the Menendez brothers out because of the
I know.
Netflix
I think it's
series.
a hot vibe.
It's hot for like if he's trying to get reelected.
Yeah, I think that's a good move.
I think that's just
that's the only reason.
Menendez are
Why
hot
does he
right
care
now.
about them?
it's just press. It's just press.
I mean,
it's just we don't.
honestly, if he gets Menendez out,
he might get reelected because it's hot on TikTok. Right. Okay. Topic jump.
Yeah.
New York Stock Exchange is going to extend to after hours trading. So like one of the things that's so awesome about crypto, for instance, is it's always on.
Yeah. 24 hours.
And we saw a lot like during probably 2021 or whenever just the madness was, you know, there would be these huge swings and stuff after hours because it's just always on and you can always trade it. The stock market, you know, isn't that way. It shuts off at 4 p.m.
Yep.
And nothing you can do. So what's going on? I mean,
So they want to do 1:30 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
Here's my opinion. One, good move. Just make it 24 hours. Even I don't even know why they have a 2-hour break. Fuck it, just do it.
But what happens like with these bankers and shit that are actively trading like throughout the day?
Here's the thing: you got to note that it's all the exchange traded funds,
right?
And then they call it ACRA equities. I had to chat GPT what that even means.
Yeah.
And it's very few stocks.
Okay. So it's not like Apple.
It might be Apple.
Apple might be fine.
Okay, so it's not
But it's not like the regular stock.
right,
like Carvana, you're not getting that.
Right.
So
not GameStop.
No, you're not going to
Keep that off.
So here's what I actually think they all have to go 24 hours soon. One, obviously, because of crypto. I think the real threat to stock trading, just if you want to, just milk retail Joe, gambling is completely out of control in America.
Yeah.
I actually think, I don't know if I ever supported legalized gambling, but I do not support it anymore. I think America's completely addicted to it.
Really?
And it's fucking horrible. Like I can imagine a lot of people right now spend so much time and are losing so much money gambling between the DraftKings and the FanDuels.
And right now it's like prime time. I mean, you could get your ass handed to you in a day.
And I think like it's so easy. I forgot what state I was in recently, and I got like a notification from like one of the apps that I use, maybe ESPN.
Right.
Oh, you're in Illinois and you could bet now or whatever.
That's the problem. Like you shouldn't be able
to
like,
oh, I've never really gambled on my app before.
Right.
So I go in, it's like, yeah, you can just fucking click Apple Pay and boom.
So easy.
You're gambling.
Yeah, they got to make it harder.
I do agree that legalized gambling is really bad for the general public.
Right.
Because you need the friction.
You definitely need friction.
Because if you want to bet on a game, you need to be able to be like, okay, hey, I have this opinion.
Right.
Even if you're wrong, right, expert, non-expert, and then you have to reach out to someone. But if you can just get on an app and just press 2 buttons.
But not only that, not only can you do that, but like Dee's saying, you fly into a new city and it tells you, click here and you're fucking gambling your life away.
I literally get notifications when I hop in these cities. They're like, hey, we see you're somewhere else.
That's crazy. Like if you're drinking on the plane and then you land and you're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm getting rich.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
it's scary. I look, it's to me, it is a little bit of like the freedom question. Like you want freedom to do what you want.
Yeah.
And if you are a responsible gambler, you want to be able to do that. But
so that's fine.
It does feel really
I'm actually
dangerous.
okay with that idea. I think we have to add a little bit of friction.
I agree.
Like you have to answer 3 questions before you can place a bet.
Or even like a 24-hour waiting period.
Yeah.
Like how with guns in California, you have to wait 10 days. Like, are you sure? Like you can't just get amped up.
Because by the way, like if I got notified right when I landed, I'll bet. But if I got notified 24 hours after, or I get notified and then within 24 hours later.
Yes. It should be you get notified or whatever happens, you sign up, you put in your information.
But you can't gamble for 24 hours.
Right.
I would lose interest. I have no patience.
Yeah.
We're all about instant gratification, right?
Yeah.
So.
And plus you don't know what games are on tomorrow. I think that would save a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think it's
dangerous. It's so crazy.
There needs to be friction. That's my point.
Right.
I think
regardless if it's legal or illegal.
Yeah.
Friction.
Yeah.
I think too many people are just losing so much money on that shit.
I agree.
Or they're jerking off to Karina Koff.
Not anymore.
No, she's out of retirement.
Not only is it the last day of our podcast studio, if you were a big fan of Karina Kampf's butthole, I got to say, I've seen one image of her OnlyFans and it was her butthole.
No way.
Yeah. So no more. The glory days are over.
You can still see it.
Right. It's still on the internet.
Barstool posted that she's coming out of retirement.
She just retired.
No, she retired, and then Barstool posted that she's coming out of retirement.
Maybe this was all just a money grab. Maybe she just needed to juice her.
And her marketing probably went through the roof.
You're right.
Well, there's only so
she just juiced her revenue.
Yeah, she probably tripled her revenue.
Check this out.
Fuck.
$67 million earned in 3 years.
Barstool posted that.
But here's the more staggering thing: 500 photos, which is nothing. I took 50 today.
Yeah.
Right. I personally took 50 pictures of my kids.
Photos?
No, I took 50. I'm just saying, like
500 butthole pics.
Yeah, I took 50 pictures of my kids today. Right. 33 videos. That's it. She's posting 10 videos a year. making $67 million.
I mean, it's just, I can't even begin to.
Similar to gambling, you might have to put a 24-hour friction on
Karina
buttholes.
Yeah, on buttholes.
Barstool posted that she can't retire yet, walking away from $300,000 plus a month. Seems stupid, she said.
So they have no.
So this is a marketing.
Yeah.
Fuck. Her revenue probably just went through the roof. This is on everyone's talking about this. People
She'll
DM me about it. Our listeners DM me about it because we talk about OnlyFans.
You realize OnlyFans is a singular person that owns it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess I shouldn't say any details, but a high-level employee sent us a message, sent me a DM. They listen over at the OnlyFans offices.
Shout out to everyone. Shout out to the 6 people who work there.
Yeah, shout out to your money printer. And shout out to the huge weekend I'm sure you just had on Karina Comp's fucking revenue.
That's great.
This has to just be, I mean, this is a brilliant marketing.
It's OnlyFans is
maybe
probably,
the owner probably told her.
Right.
Fake retire.
OnlyFans
and
Tesla. These are the greatest companies ever.
Not even Tesla. Tesla's like hardly profitable ever. This thing is just shitting money.
And from my understanding, she's not having sex on camera. Is what my understanding is.
I don't know either. I should be more informed on this topic.
Josh, tell us.
I don't think so. I think it's just like nips and
I
don't even think she shows her special little area. But I think it's nips and buttholes. Yeah, someone listeners let us know, but I think
definitely our listeners are subscribing because she's at 67 million.
Yeah, half of
my
America
actual curiosity is why would anyone want to go in the porn industry when you have this available?
I don't think they are.
I don't think you would. Yeah, I think if you do, you're just not very resourceful.
Because
maybe not
the porn industry is like kind of a mafia,
right?
And you could just be like, hey, I'll just do this on my own.
I'll just do it with my cell phone.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Well, listen, props to her for maybe the marketing idea of the year. Because I didn't even think, this is just a marketing
it's a fake.
ploy.
It was definitely a fake.
Incredible.
Okay. How about this? Temu, has come in hot and disrupted a lot of American businesses, but I would say probably took a huge chunk out of Amazon with their sort of price point, quick shipment e-commerce. It looks like Amazon is combating that with their own new storefront that's purposely low cost to go at that market.
Yeah, the idea is basically how does Amazon address the sub $20 market?
Right.
And that's been the big win for Temu across. Temu is probably one of the greatest e-commerce retail stories ever.
Yeah.
I would say it's the greatest retail story ever.
Yeah.
Because in the speed at which they've done this business is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And the volume that they're doing. The thing that what's interesting is that in the last year between Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, 7-Eleven, there's been massive store closures.
Right.
Massive.
Right.
Some of that is due to some of the issues with fentanyl and lawsuits, and some of it's just due to declining sales and theft and things like that.
Yeah.
If retailers continue to view that the footprint of stores that they have is just not profitable, they're going to continue to close stores. And then the people that are actually going to grab market share are going to be all these people.
Right.
Right. Amazon is where you basically buy everything but grocery.
Right.
Unless you shop at Whole Foods.
Right.
If you shop at Whole Foods, you literally do everything through Amazon.
Yeah.
And I think that low cost market, I think it's pretty tough to beat and compete with Temu.
I agree.
It's just too cheap.
But I feel like Amazon focusing on it and being domestic probably has a good shot, right?
Yeah, I agree. I think if it was all the same, I think consumers would rather shop on Amazon than Temu.
Right.
I think Temu still has they're it's so cheap, I'll shop, but I don't really want to shop there.
I think there's also a trust issue.
Yeah.
With Temu.
Yeah.
That people are willing to try, because the prices are just so good. But it's become a meme.
Yeah.
And so I think Amazon doesn't really have that perception.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how it plays out, but
it's a good little battle to watch.
Yeah. I think a lot of retail is just getting upended by Temu, Shein,
right?
All those guys.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, let's end with this. We love a good list.
Yeah.
We have a good list. The top 10 trending destinations for U.S. travelers next year. So this is where people are planning to go?
Yep.
What do we got?
It's a really interesting list. Where would you think?
Okay.
I would say number 1 and 2, no surprise.
And this can be anywhere globally, right?
Yep.
Cancun.
Is it economically constrained?
No.
Cancun,
but they're saying the number one effect was Instagram of why this destination is trending.
It's got to be Tulum, right?
Turks and Caicos.
But that's really
is that all
rich.
Drake?
No.
Turks and Caicos is very expensive.
Yeah, but there's cheap parts of Turks and Caicos.
Money. There's so much fucking money.
Yeah.
I wonder what Drake's singular impact on that is. That's all he talks about.
Yeah. His songs.
It's got to be big. Okay, what else? What's second?
Quepos in Costa Rica. Never been, but I've been to Costa Rica. I personally, not a big Costa Rica guy. Like, I enjoyed it because where we stayed, we went for a wedding, it was really fun. But like,
I think there's better options.
I think it's also quite far.
Right.
Norway.
Weird.
Tromsø, Norway. Weird.
Really weird.
Tucumán province in Argentina.
Who are these fucking people?
Krabi in Thailand. Hot. I've been there.
That's still pretty advanced though.
Yeah.
Like what happened to Cancun?
Prabang, Laos. Good
what
place
is this
to do
fucking
some
Anthony
opium.
Bourdain? Parts unknown?
Yeah. Antwerp, Belgium.
Antwerp's
Fiji,
the diamond king of the world.
Rotterdam, Netherlands.
Maybe that's why.
Pago Pago, American Samoa.
The old Pago Pago. the old hop, skip, and a jump over to
Rotterdam's
Pago
really
Pago.
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Rotterdam.
It's a port city.
Yeah, it's a port city.
Where the fuck are they? Is this all on TikTok? Where are these
I think
people
you're just
going?
I think it's TikTok and people have just gone everywhere else.
Right.
Like, where else can you go now?
Well, it's not cool to say you want to go to Tulum because everyone's been to Tulum.
I feel like if you're like a city, like a destination, you could team up, like do a campaign with the local restaurants and activities, and you could probably like multiply your travel next year by like 500% with a collaborative TikTok campaign.
I think if you went to any city in the world, got a bunch of young, good-looking people.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they do?
Yeah, so the tourism boards, this is what Ryan Tierney does.
Yeah.
Did, right?
It's called Revolve Around the World.
Literally.
I mean, if I was a city, I would pay Revolve. I'd be like, come here.
Just pay Risa.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, literally.
Her Instagram looks amazing.
Literally.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, can you and your friends come here and fucking do what you do?
Yeah, for a week.
We'll give you a lot. It would be so worth it.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a tourism board, you have budgets. And I mean, think about how much of the world completely relies on tourism.
I know.
So much of the world does.
I know.
And if you think about the European economy, it's all tourism. There's no business going on.
Right. And think about all the places that are like totally fine. I mean, fucking Pago Pago. Like there's so many places that are like
Pago Pago. Is that the Samoa one?
Yeah.
But they're not like, but you could make it look really hot on TikTok.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden everyone's got to go to Pago Pago. But it was never, I mean, Costa Rica, I'm not trying to be a elitist jerk here, but like it's not the top of the list.
No.
If you're looking for tropical, it's just not.
It's way better.
But it's just trending for some reason.
Yeah.
So if you could make your city trend, fly Risa and the crew out.
Yeah.
And fucking have the restaurants get involved and whatever. I feel like you could increase your town's GDP.
I think you could make any, honestly, like it would be a fun project if you had time to pick like a very shitty city.
Right.
And just say,
fun.
fuck it, I'm going to make this place hot.
Yeah.
Just out of like, how good am I at marketing?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty simple. If you have somewhere in Europe with beach and sand.
There's no sand in Europe, just so you know. There's not a fucking beach in Europe with sand.
What are you talking about? Like
there's no sand. They're all rocks.
Mallorca?
They're all rocks. Every beach.
Well, don't show that on the TikToks.
Yeah.
Bring
It's
in
all
the
rocks.
sand.
Italy,
Bring in
France,
100
it's
feet
all
of
rocks.
sand.
There's no fucking sand.
So my point is, if you find cities in Europe, which is like welcoming.
I don't even think you need to do Europe. I think you could do fucking anywhere. Pago Pago.
Yeah.
Pago Pago probably has a
That's
nicer
probably
beach.
one TikTok. I refuse to believe.
Yeah.
That's one viral TikTok probably shouted out Pago Pago. If I owned like a TikTok agency, that's what I would go find how you can get some of that travel board money.
Yeah.
And then put together trips.
D and I know a very rich guy. He's been saying this for over 10 years. Oxnard, California.
Yeah. Because it's like you have beachfront.
It's not that far from LA.
That's
It's
one of
pretty
his
close.
top places?
No,
No,
just
he's saying like, why don't we just
make it
build
hot.
it out?
yeah.
Make it hot.
Pago Pago it.
You can
Pago
Pago it so quick. You could, dude. I'm saying, I think with the power of like travel TikToks,
Yeah.
you could blow up an entire
If you
town.
got a Nobu in Oxnard, it'll blow up.
Yeah. And just fucking TikTok it.
Whatever, call Oxnard Pago Pago blow up. People just
You should rename it. They'd be like, damn, I've been waiting to go to Pago Pago.
It's so much closer. Samoa is so far. I don't know if people know where the fuck Samoa is.
I mean,
It's in
Oxnard's
the middle of
close. Oxnard's an hour away.
nowhere. Hour and a half, yeah.
Is that list based on like bookings, early bookings?
I think it's just looking at
Or
like
trends.
trending
Searches on
searches. Yeah.
TripAdvisory, right? Okay,
By
well,
the way, like I can make a fake list tomorrow.
Right.
Pay
And-
crazy money to drive traffic to
Google
it and
Ads,
say
right.
the number one place to go in the country is Oxnard.
right. I mean,
Number
you really,
two, Pago Pago.
right.
And I could blow it up.
This really is just a Google Ads search issue, right?
Yeah, it's a SEO.
Right.
It's a scam.
Man, you could fucking, if you understood digital marketing, you could blow up an entire city.
A country.
You could.
Yeah.
Yep.
Relatively easily, like easier than it is to get a clothing line
Putin.
off the ground. Putin. All right. Should we wrap it up with that, with Putin? Okay. We have some highlights from our YouTube page, our top comments. Keep in mind group chat news over on YouTube. If you want to go compliment us, say nice things, check out our outfits, or of course, talk shit. What do we got?
First one is from Show Me 1024. You need a new phone, sir. I would assume that's referring to me.
Why? You have an old phone?
Don't you have the newest one?
No, I have an old one.
Did we talk about it?
Years old.
Yeah, we talked about it in the last episode.
Time to oh, we did.
Yeah. I need to upgrade.
Let's get it with the new office. New office, new phone.
New phone.
Yeah. Okay.
Next one is Christian805. On and is Joe Rogan the ultimate chatty Cathy?
I hope so.
He had Trump.
We get some weird fucking comments. What do you mean, Christian? Is it because he's chatty? Were we talking about him being?
I mean, I hope Rogan listens, but I don't think.
But what did we say that would inspire that comment?
Yeah.
The next one is Isati. Glad to see D back. Props to Anna and Drama continuing episodes without him. But it's not the same without D's unique insight and opinions.
Cut that out.
How unique is that?
Do I agree?
Beep it.
I agree.
Put in the bleep.
Pago Pago.
You're like the Pago Pago of the podcast. Okay. That's all we got. No shout outs, right?
All right, 10:27. Elections 11:05.
I know we got a hot. I mean, I will say, I know that everyone's going to get
electioned out.
Yeah, but I do think like we have 10 days of hopefully the most insane lead up to an election, maybe for the rest of.
Are we going to do the live election pod that we did?
What is that, Tuesday night?
We did 4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, we should think about it.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I think we ran for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
We should think about it. Pago Pago.
We have to start like at 9 p.m. though, because it's just like I could do it from my house.
You're right, because they're not going to know shit at 9 p.m. Well, if it's a landslide,
they'll project enough states. You'll know like a couple states.
You won't know, but it's.
I think you're gonna know.
We might have a blowout.
I think it's gonna be blowout.
I know. I said anyone who said it would be a landslide is an idiot. I'm an idiot. We could have a blowout.
Yeah, I think it's Pago Pago.
We didn't talk about the economy. Can we talk about the economy for a little bit, or no? Or do you guys want to cut out?
Yeah, I mean, we
gotta wrap it. What's up with the economy?
I got a Pago Pago.
You got a Pago
What's your quick? End us with a sentence, and then we'll pick it up next episode.
Yeah, we'll pick it up on the next episode. The bond yields are rising,
right,
and equities are rising,
right,
which is very weird.
Everything's about to explode.
But which way?
I think it's just confused. Like no one knows. There's like people betting on the Trump win. There's people betting on not. There's people.
Yeah, the equities are betting on Trump.
But why are the bonds rising?
Maybe they're Kamala fans. Maybe everyone's just placing their bets, and then the shit's
like
going to happen,
Dodgers,
and
Yankees.
one's going to crash.
It's like
Right,
Dodgers,
right. Okay.
Good.
All right.
We'll pick it up because I think it's an important topic to chat about, but we can do it on the next episode.
Yeah, because I think that everyone's going to get really tired after the election. Like, there's going to be no room for political talk. So, like, the next 10 days, I think we have some blockbuster stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Pago, everybody.
Pago. Maybe Oxnard.
Maybe Oxnard.
Yeah.
Maybe Pago. It's up to you. We'll see you Wednesday. Peace.